Singapore is one of the toughest races on the Formula One calendar, with cockpit temperatures reaching up to 60 degrees Celsius at racing speeds. But in 2024, McLaren's Lando Norris stayed ice cool under pressure to deliver another dominant win, his first in Singapore, and ignite his bid for the title with just 6 races remaining. Norris finished almost 21 seconds ahead of his championship rival, Red Bull's Max Verstappen, with teammate Oscar Piastri moving up from 5th on the grid to finish 3rd in Marina Bay's shortest ever race. Norris's victory, McLaren's first in Singapore since 2009, was set up by a clean start from pole, which kept him ahead of Verstappen into turn 1. But his race was far from perfect, with the Brit touching the wall twice across the 62-lap distance, threatening a safety car that never came for the first time in Marina Bay. It was still a very tough race with a few too many close calls. It was very easy to lock up a tire, which I did a couple of times, but I was pushing because I wanted the biggest lead possible, he said. Red Bull's Verstappen said runner-up in Singapore was a good result, given his high tire degradation in the race's opening stint and struggles for pace earlier in the weekend. We have a few weeks to try and find more performance and better balance in the car when we restart in Austin, so we can fight for a win again and not lose points, the Dutchman said. Mercedes also struggled in Singapore. Though George Russell was able to hold off a hard-charging Ferrari's Charles Leclerc for 4th, while his teammate Lewis Hamilton was 6th in his milestone 350th F1 race, compromised by a start on softs. Ferrari moved forward, but only for points, not glory, with Leclerc up from 9th on the grid to 5th, and Carlos Sainz in his 200th Grand Prix start going from 10th following his crash in qualifying to 7th at the flag after he was first top mover to pit on lap 13. Fernando Alonso scored points for the 6th time in 7 races for Aston Martin, with the Spaniard ahead of Singapore star Nico Hülkenberg, who kept Haas in the points for a 3rd straight race. Red Bull's Sergio Perez closed out the top 10, blaming bad strategy calls on his failure to move up further from 13th on the grid. To the drivers' standings, and Norris is just 52 points behind Verstappen, though the Dutch driver can now finish 2nd at all 6 remaining events to win the title. Piastri is 8 points behind Leclerc. Onto the constructors, and McLaren has doubled its advantage over its rival Red Bull to 41 points. Ferrari has lost some ground in the fight for 2nd. Haas is just 3 points behind RB. Thanks for watching. To stay up to speed on all things Formula One, make sure you hit the subscribe button.